And I just so happen to want to come to y'all and just have a small talk, a little chat. And mainly I want to talk about reciprocation of energy. And this is in all things. So let me explain something what took place today. So at my day job, someone sent an email. And in this email, this individual, I guess they was displeased with the response that they had received from me, and I assume I'm not gonna make any assumptions because my grandmother used to say, "When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me," and so no assumptions. Whatever happened between our conversation, our personal conversation, back and forth, they were displeased, dissatisfied with me and what I was providing them. So be it. I understand. Take it to the top. So they send an email to the administration team. They sent an email, listed out all these people, and pretty much was expressing their dissatisfaction with me and questioned my work ethic, questioned everything about me. Um, and my ability in doing my job. And so I when I read this email, I was just like, well damn, cool. And and usually, because this happened the first thing when I got into work, and usually what I'm doing is I'm usually on podcasts. I'm usually, doing a couple different things, just trying to get the day started, get the day relaxed. So this individual sent this email and expressed their feelings, and I responded. And what I did is that same energy, everything that I read, I of course responded to. And I used this it used a lot of the same verbiage, a lot of the same words that this individual was using towards me. And so um what I did is I took it from, because one of the questions were, are you following this plan that is set out, in X, Y, and Z? And I'm not sure if this person knows what's exactly on this particular plan of action, but I broke down the plan of action, letting this individual know that I'm following this plan of action to the T. Um, and I explained, everything. So what was sent as, like, it probably could have been two paragraphs. It was all together as one. I turned into a full page essay and was very detailed in what I was saying. And I again went step by step with everything that this individual had written down, and pretty much I put it back on that particular person. And I was like, I think one of the lines that was in it was something to the effect of, like, I'm disappointed in um the inability to communicate properly or something like that. And so I repeated it. I myself am disappointed in the communication that we have had, and the lack of accountability. Because there was something else that was phrased in the email, and I changed it to accountability. Because what I've noticed is that a lot of people, um they have a tendency that when things aren't going their way, they blame everyone outside of themselves for their disgruntledness, for their the things that they dislike about the situation. And the thing about it is even when I address some of the concerns that was stated in the email, there was another email, another reply, and of course, this particular person was like, "Oh, like, you're attacking me." No, not at all. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm surprised. I'm confused because throughout this email, it was this repetition of, you keep telling me that this needs to be completed. You keep telling me that this needs to be completed. And I'm like, for you to say that you and I have not been communicating for the past few months or have not had a third party communicating between the two of us is it just, I'm flabbergasted. I feel a little bamboozled in the situation as well. And so I was like, you're saying that I don't communicate with you, but then you're saying that I keep repeating certain things. And the things that I've been repeating since September. I have multiple messages since September of me saying this needs to be completed. And it is now April. And that item has not been completed yet. And now you're frustrated, you're upset, you're angry with me, and you're lashing out at me. And when I use that same verbiage that you're using to put it back on you so that you understand, because that was one of my things that I expressed, is that you have to be accountable to yourself and those who you service, because I'm doing my part. But it was all of this. Now I feel attacked. Well, honey, when you come thinking that you coming with a regime, and then you realize that I'm a ninja, don't be surprised. Y'all. And so with all that being said, I know I'm speaking in circles or whatever else, it's nothing straightforward, because at this present moment I'm unable to give y'all the full story. But duly noted, and please do remind me in a couple months, July, to let y'all know exactly what happened, because I'll tell all the teas. But at this present moment, it has to wait till July. And people, I need y'all to be more accountable to yourself and the people that you serve. Number one. Number two, I need you to not only be accountable but be responsible. And when I say be responsible with the energy that you want reciprocated to you. Because when you put out energy, please be mindful that it's going to come back to you. And I'm at the place in my life, and I said it today, and so I'm going to say it on here as well. But before I get to that point, I'm at the place in my life where I am only giving you what you deserve. I'm no longer treating people the way I want to be treated, because people aren't reciprocating that energy back to me. Because what what transpired was, you thought that I was going to bow down to whatever it was that you were trying to say, and you thought I was going to continuously be nice like I have been all year. And that's not what you receive. You receive what you gave. I meet you where you are. I'm not going to be the bigger person anymore. And so my new theme from this day forward, is that I will be the villain. Call me Thanos. I am here for it, because this is the inevitable at this point. Like, who are you to think that I should be fearful of you or anyone else? I'll be respectful, but fear does not guide me or lead me. And I love you enough to give you the same energy that you gave me, so that you can understand that you need to be checked. And I'm going to provide you with whatever is necessary to provide you with. So, for instance, now, because a lot of what transpired was like, well, I asked for a meeting and you weren't there. Well, guess what? I was not there. So, who are you to think that you can summons me to anything? Are you crazy? People are, y'all on crack or something. Y'all own some, like, some people are really on something. Who are you to summons me to something? You can ask, you can make a request, but if you don't see me respond, then that means that I did not have the opportunity to respond. That means that I may not be in attendance. So if you want to meet with me and you saw that I wasn't there, then you send a message and say, hey, I would like to meet with you. We had this meeting, you weren't in attendance. And as I expressed, like, I wrote you, and I put even in that response, I wrote you when I came back. When I got logged in, when I was able to respond, that's when I responded. And so, just because you're not receiving what you want at the time that you want it, That's a you problem, not a me problem. And I had, even myself, side note, I had to learn that. Even in relationship, when you're in relationship and community with other individuals, you are not that other person's whole entire universe. But you damn sure need to make sure that you are your own universe, that you are your own world. When people say you think the world revolves around you, no, but I will make sure that my world, that I revolve around myself, that I am vital. And at the matter of fact, it's not, I'm not the world, I'm going to be the sun, because allegedly the sun revolves around the earth. I don't know. I'm not going to quote it as such because I, of course, I ain't got no tools to go out there and see. But in the books, that's what it says. So allegedly, that's what it is. And so if that's the case, then I'm going to be the sun so that all other things revolve around me, which is myself, because I'm going to be primary to me. And then those who are in my space, who are involved in co-creating with me, that's going to be the same expectation as well. But again, every individual is there and in their place for a reason. So again, if they do not put me as the sun in their universe, that's fine, because that's the role that they should be playing for themselves. And so you have to, again, remember that for yourself, that you have to be put number one in your own space, in your own life, in your own universe. And don't remove yourself. Nobody else can remove you but you. And make sure that you reciprocate the energy that's being given to you. People know what they're doing to you. People know what they're saying to you. People know how they're treating you. And if they don't know, you have one time to train them. Or I want to say train, because at this point, everyone should know a little bit. But you can mention it to them. You can say, hey, this is not how you're going to handle me. You express yourself, you make yourself clear, and then after that, of course, this is when you create boundaries, and your boundaries are for you. And so, because these boundaries are for you, you now say this person could not respect me, so my consequences of that, because I've had this conversation with them and they did it again. So that's second strike. Nobody needs more than two strikes. This is not baseball. We're not playing games. Two strikes. The first one was your warning. Let me show you how to treat me. The second time you did it, you knew better. So now I need to remove myself from the situation, remove you from out of my presence. Or help you to understand, now this is how things are going to go from here on out. So the boundaries that you set up and the consequences, the boundaries are for you to understand when somebody is overstepping and impeding on your personal space, and challenging. I don't even want to say challenging you, and they're out of order. They're just out of line, because we have alignment, and now you're out of alignment. You are now out of alignment. And so now, because you're out of alignment with me, the consequences are X, Y, and Z. And so now I have to employ those consequences, and make sure that I'm respecting myself. Because if I don't respect me, then you're definitely not. Because you probably aren't respecting yourself. So you don't know any better. So in order for me to teach you, the way that I'm going to teach you is to cut you off, or to put you over here where you understand this is not how we do. And as two adults, you're not going to talk to me like I'm your child when you can't even get your child in line. You have me confused. I'm just saying. But I done said enough, and I said a lot, and I taught a whole lesson. Whether you got it or not, hopefully you can go back and replay it if you need to. As always, y'all, I love y'all. Of course, I am Jamaica Anderson. At the top, you can subscribe to the page. Please make sure to do so. Down below, comment, like, share, whatever you need to do. Remember, or excuse me, remind me in July to come tell y'all all the whole tea, if you really want it. If I be in it, because by July, by Wednesday, I'm gonna really be done with it. Because it is what it is. But y'all, I said what I had to say. Look, I said what I had to say. We done did it. We done it, and we done. But y'all enjoy your night. If you're going to bed, good night. If you're waking up, good morning. If it's midday, sorry for you, but it's almost night. You just woke up good. But I love y'all. I'm about to turn these lights off and go to sleep. So, deuces. Love you.